YouTube? I'm back with another video, and today we are going to be doing a Meet My Story video. This is it's just like it's like another Share My Story channel. I've done one video on I think it was a Share My Story video. It was like one of those channels, but it's like these channels getting out of hand. There are too many of these channels. If I go to YouTube right now and search Share My Story, I bet $100 that's gonna be Me My Story or freaking See My Story. We're gonna get straight into this video.
Hi there, I'm Smith. I'm 13 and I'm a tramp.
He said he's a tramp, like being a tramp is normal or something. You're 13, like who wants to be a tramp? If anything, you should want to be in the NBA or something, not a garbage can looking for money.
This is my story about how I ended up on the street. My parents were quite strict. They're a little over 40 and they have outdated views on life, so they don't understand me at all. The thing is, they're politicians. They came from the aristocracy and they got their titles by inheritance from their parents. So I was supposed to become the next generation politician.
I'm lost. I didn't think we were talking about politicians.
I got taught the right manners and etiquette ever since my birth. I visited all the events with my parents and, of course, from early childhood, I was surrounded by the same aristocrats. Following tradition, my parents' friends came to our house every Saturday with their kids. The adults talked and listened to classical music, and then they would show off each other their kids' talents. My parents decided that I had musical talent, so every Saturday, I played piano for our guests. To save them from shame, I had to have piano classes every day for 4 hours. Can you imagine what hell that was?
I get it, but I'd rather be doing that than being a tramp looking for spare change.
To be frank, I'm not a gifted pianist, and I just hate music, but playing the instrument always impressed our guests. If you don't understand how I did that without being gifted, then try to work on the same rhythm. I tell you, in a month, any of you would play better than Ray Charles. I tried to explain I didn't want to do what I don't like, but they
Look, you grab an AK-47 fully loaded and shove it up there.
didn't want to hear anything. They would simply be laughed at if I suddenly decided to give up the music. The opinion of others was their first priority. Apart from playing the piano, I studied French 3 times a week for 3 hours and danced 3 times a week because any aristocrat must dance at dinner parties. I always felt like it wasn't my life. Some kind of mistake must have happened. I shouldn't have been born in this family.
Okay, I actually understand this problem, so I know exactly what he needs to do. Shut up. At this point, he's so rich he wants to be poor.
He was a street kid of about my age who sometimes delivered newspapers. My parents weren't at home when he brought us another paper.
First off, I didn't know rich people still got a newspaper. And why are they holding hands?
We got to talking and I wanted to get to know him better.
That's kinda gay.
I found out Michael was 16 and he had already left home 3 years prior. His stepfather used to beat him. I really enjoyed talking to him, and when my parents weren't at home, I invited him to my place and we had a great time. So I had a real friend from another social class, and I didn't tell anyone about him. After some time, I decided to leave my home and become homeless, just like my friend.
Your family is rich. Why didn't you just give them money, you fucking dumb?
I wanted freedom and a different world which I only knew about from Michael. Having packed my things, I wrote a note for my parents. I wrote everything I thought about them and about my life that I'd never dared say out loud. I wrote that I wouldn't let them break my life and make me a cold hypocrite like them
Hey, shut your bitch asses up. I'm trying to beat my fucking meat, nigga.
and their friends. I wouldn't let them decide for me how to live and what to do. I was tired of them and their stupid traditions. I was already an adult, so I made my choice for another life.
Don't believe this bull. He said he was 13 in the beginning. I don't want to hear it.
And they'd better not look for me. Michael helped me escape and showed me where to spend the first night. He also introduced me to other street kids. On the first day, I realized that everything Michael told me wasn't so good at all. I used to sleep on my soft bed on a snow-white sheet, and now I had to sleep on the boards with a dirty blanket.
What did he think was gonna fucking happen? Like, actually, did he really think it was gonna be the same thing as living in his house? Like,
It was tough and unpleasant. In the morning, instead of coffee in bed and a posh breakfast, I would go out with the other guys to the street and beg for food.
This man's slow, man. Like, he must really not know what port is. Like, oh my God.
A couple of weeks later, Michael ran up to me and said some people were looking for me. They held my photo and asked all the homeless about me. That day, I hid to not cross paths with them. It became clear that Dad hired these people. Most likely they were private detectives, so I became more careful for them not to find me. Though, deep down inside, I started to think about going back home.
You are a certified bitch. None of this would have happened if you would have just gave your friend some money, bro. But no, he wants to be like, oh, I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna be a tramp. I'm gonna be with my friends. Like,
But to do that meant to admit my defeat. I had written to my parents that I would live without them. During these 2 weeks, I lost some weight. I was sick of the food I had to eat. I dreamed of taking a warm bath with bubbles and changing into clean, ironed clothes.
oh, now you wanna go back home. Now you wanna warm clothes. Now you wanna take a bath.
I actually didn't sleep because I couldn't get used to the new pitiful version of a bed that I had to sleep on.
Bitch, you wanted to be a fucking tramp.
Soon, a fight broke out near our home. I was badly beaten by the street kids from another area.
It looked like somebody grabbed a cotton by a shotgun and just did 90 damage on this shit. It looked like somebody just took his lunch money. It looked like he about to shoot up a school, bro. I know damn well if he got a black eye, he didn't get one hit.
That day, Michael told me the street wasn't for me because I don't even know how to defend myself. And for me, it was a shock to be beaten by someone because he's from another territory.
Bro, you no racial, but you are black. If you don't run the fucking runs with them and give them the fucking work, my nigga, nah, I know you ain't letting these niggas just beat your ass like that, man.
In the evening, Michael and me had a fight because I ate an extra piece of pizza. He was so angry with me as if something terrible had happened. I was hurt. I was hurt that it was so easy to quarrel with a friend over food, and I decided to leave to not make the situation any worse. Since that night, I've been walking around the city and thinking about what I have to do now. Stay there and become one of these homeless kids or return home telling my parents that I'm nobody without them?
You literally are nobody without them. You're 13, you dumb bitch.
In the first case, I'd have to get used to such inhumane conditions for a long time, but I'd get freedom. In the second case, I'd need to ditch my beliefs, apologize to my parents, and return to my usual life. I'd then put up with obeying my parents and their status, so I'll be forced to play the dreadful music once again and entertain our family friends on weekends. And then I'd grow up and turn into another hypocritical adult, caving to society and being perfect in the eyes of my peers. So guys, it seems to me that without your help, I won't be able to make a decision. Write in the comments what I should do. Stay on the street or get back home.
Go to school, wash your body, and stop being spoiled, you ugly rat. I feel bad for the kids who think this is real. I had to delete like some clips of the video because I didn't want it to be too long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe. If you want more, comment down below, and I'll see y'all next time.